What up, citizens of the Reject Nation? It is time for Scott Pilgrim. We are going to watch episode 5 and 6 today. John, you good?
I'm so good, G. How are you?
Dude. Leave a like on this video, guys. That would be very much appreciated. Also, be sure to subscribe and click that notification bell to get notified when our reaction to the last 2 episodes are up here on the channel. Big thank you to Prepper for helping us edit down these highlights. And lastly, massive thanks to all of you who have become super sexy rejects by joining our Patreon page. That's where you can catch the full-length reaction watch along where you sync up with your own copy of Scott Pilgrim Takes Off. We also cover several things over there exclusively with highlights and watch-alongs included. Let's see what this next 2 are all about.
The following documentary began as a behind-the-scenes
It's Weird Al.
the release of the major Canadian motion picture, Scott Pilgrim's Precious Little Life.
You caught that voice fast.
During the process, the movie fell apart. This footage now stands as a first-hand account of how the movie-making dream can become
Become what?
a nightmare.
Okay.
Death and Destiny inside the Dream Factory.
Is it true neither of you have acted before?
Yes, but we're very, very famous, and that's basically the same thing.
Truth. I knew you well.
Does he have a Punisher shirt on?
The world looks like it. Oh, yeah. And now instead of Brie Larson singing it, it's the crowd singing it.
We're rock stars. We do what we want. And what we want right now is to be movie stars.
Lights, camera, sparks.
Uh-oh.
Sparks?
Nicholas Sparks.
People keep asking me if the movie lives up to my vision. I guess.
Cronenberg for president.
That Canadian cinema love.
My mom says I should get my eyes checked.
We're just trying to honor Mr. Neil's tremendous script, which I think is truly a tribute to this great city. To say Toronto is a character in the movie.
Sounds so much like Kevin McDonald.
Aren't we supposed to be interviewing Envy Adams' stunt double now?
Does she? Oh!
I'm Ramona Flowers. They said I should come talk to you.
Her hair's blending in with the green screen.
Uh-oh.
You're the stunt double for Ramona Flowers, and your name is also Ramona Flowers?
Mm-hmm.
Meta.
Oh, she's full of shit.
Ramona!
Huh?
When you're done up there, I've got another stunt for you.
Was this just to get close to Envy?
I need you to run over to my hotel room and give my dog some medication. It'll be in a blue bag on the counter.
Like all good stunt doubles, she's also your assistant.
I only took this job because security realized I wasn't working on the movie, and I needed an excuse to be on set so I could get close enough to Todd to find out if he used a vegan portal.
To Todd.
No stunts today.
I just wanted to ask Todd.
You're not wanted here, Ramona.
She's in on
We're
it.
acting, okay? So, skate on.
Wow. What a symbolic shot that documentary you got.
Your glasses.
Huh? Yeah, I finally got a prescription.
They're sunglasses?
Oh, wow. I was wondering.
From heckling on the sidelines to co-lead in a major Canadian blockbuster.
I decided the only thing better than being me was getting paid to be me.
True that.
Influencer.
Why don't we try having Scott gently put his hand on Ramona's back?
Oh,
No.
Jeeps.
All right, Todd. Just a gentle little touch.
Do it again.
Wowie.
Action!
Oh my god.
This is an adult film.
Action!
Scott Pilgrim takes it off.
43, take 43.
Action!
Just put Wallace in between them.
Oh, I go wrong.
Together since we were 11 years old. Every day, more magical than the last.
How old was she when she did it, Scott?
Maybe we just need to rethink the scene. This is the dumb version, but what if... Scott and Wallace, let's look at each other, deep into each other's eyes. You've never seen eyes like these in your life.
Oh, what's about to happen?
Yes.
Now kiss! Kiss like I like the pet!
Yes. Yes. Oh my god. No. Damn. Get them tongues going.
What am I?
Oh. A bisexual vegan.
Would you do us a huge favor and give
Oh.
us to Envy Adams? We wrote a song for her to sing at the movie.
Embarrassing.
I mean, the last number and all that jazz, and the first number in Grease, too.
Yes, Grease 2 love.
What just happened?
Sparks.
Not sure. Want to run lines in your trailer?
Do I? Yes. Love making. The animation of the movement is great.
About the script?
Run lines in your trailer?
Nice.
Lines in your trailer? Lines? Trailer?
I started using that as shorthand.
We experimented with other people. He dated Ramona. I dated Scott Pilgrim.
That's why.
There we go.
He went to my high school junior year. He told me the love of his life was waiting for him back in Canada. He also told me that he liked to live in the moment. That generally meant sloppy makeouts behind the school.
Yum yum.
Is it true he punched a hole in the moon for you? Teleported to the moon and...
Absolutely.
The most romantic thing I've ever seen.
The most horrifying thing I've ever seen.
Oh, he did it all for you.
We need to talk about Scott Pilgrim.
I'm Scott Pilgrim.
All idiots. Lines.
Hold that thought.
They're all method.
Wallace.
Co-worker?
Oh no, Super Saiyan vegan.
At the end of day 2, the
Nice.
production was already $17 million over budget.
What's it like working with Wallace Wells? She's taught me so much about acting. No, about living. What can you even say about a man like that?
No.
Babe?
Hold it.
Envy! I can't be with you anymore. I'm in love with Wallace.
Wow.
Wowie.
I'm a new person, a new boy. My skin is clear. It's love.
Things change when you become Scott.
Any rumors about me having a very hot on-set affair are just rumors. I'm... Here.
Tell him what you just told me.
Oh boy. Oh no. Oh no.
He's in love with me, isn't he?
Well,
Wallace is used to this.
Oh buddy.
This was just an on-set fling.
What?
When the movie ends, so does the relationship.
Aww.
What about the sparks?
Oh.
What sparks?
sweetheart!
I like the camera movement a lot.
Wallace Wells!
No.
You broke my boyfriend! Prepare to die!
Ramona.
Like that they acknowledge the camera. Oh, that bum.
Stop. Stop it.
Stop it.
If you want to fight with me, fight with them.
Whoa.
They're stunt doubles. Why does Wallace have stunt doubles?
I don't know.
Time for stunts.
Wait, what? I'm doing an interview.
Do you want to keep your job?
Ramona versus the Wallace stunt doubles.
I like that Envy Adams is like slightly taller than Ramona just by a...
I like how this hops in and out of the documentary.
Yeah.
Wallace Wells versus Envy Adams.
Wallace Wells is...
Who said that?
Nobody?
Who's the narrator? He's great.
Yeah.
Straight Wallace? You're a stunt double now?
Why are you acting like that's weird? You made the exact same career change.
Yes.
I did it for very specific reasons.
You got demoted, Straight Wallace.
Oh, here we go. Go Marshall Club on him, Ramona.
That's the sloppiest headbutt I've ever seen.
I thought this was supposed to look like a handheld one take.
Yeah. Come on.
Cool choreography, damn.
Yeah. Whoa.
She's like a capoeira fighter.
When's the last time you hit the gym? Too many French fries.
We can handle physical abuse, but we draw the line at verbal abuse.
Yeah. They're fighting for your honor, man.
That's not how you motivate. They need positive reinforcement.
Why does your character want to fight Wallace in the first place?
I broke her boyfriend.
You and Todd?
Should have put that together, Ramona.
No more stunts. Where is he?
Yeah, the handheld motion's great. Like it feels very authentic.
Oh, Todd.
Fat Thor.
Breaking vegan edge?
Oh, it's
Those
chili cheese fries.
It's the first place I made out with Wallace. This is the second place.
Yep. Blumpkin.
What we had was fun, but I've discovered a new kind of fun, where you care about another person.
No.
And I'd be chasing that high for the rest of my life.
Sure.
You can't fight the moonlight, babe.
No, it's a consolation.
It's a vegan portal, all right. But it's better than anything Todd's ever made.
Ouch.
I mean, look at the thought that went into it. The craftsmanship. Todd didn't do this.
It's like a prime vegan.
You have no other leads? Tragic. Looks like you're never gonna find him.
What do you know?
Did Envy do it?
She could have done it. I think she might have done it. Is she a vegan?
Or the twins, I guess? I mean, Envy's the only other vegan we know of, right?
She is vegan?
I just assumed.
Yeah. I mean, she's dating Todd. She might be.
Matthew Patel.
Oh. With the G belt, damn.
Everyone here works for me, right?
Yes, sir.
Good.
Nope.
You're all fired.
What?
Aren't you the director? Yes. You're fired.
Oh, no, I got wrong.
You shooting a documentary or something? Well, not anymore.
Hey, man, get off me, man. Stop.
No.
No. It was all
I was enjoying the mockumentary stuff.
I punched Scott Pilgrim to death.
You didn't actually punch him to death. Someone kidnapped him and made it look like you won.
I didn't win. He's not dead.
Nope.
Patel's gonna have to go find him.
Is he mad at me?
Is he mad at me?
The Empire's mine. I won't make the same mistakes he made. I won't end up where he is now.
Which is where, exactly?
Here, Toronto. He's shacking up with some girl named Julie something.
Oh.
Did you know Gideon isn't even his real name? It's Gordon. Gordon Goose.
I guess Gideon's the one who did it?
Julie.
Could
it wouldn't be
be.
Julie Powers.
Or did Julie do it? Julie didn't like Scott.
I want everybody's food purchases on my desk.
And maybe it was her
what
big,
they eat, where
her
they
big
eat.
plan to get Gideon back.
Maybe.
Julie Powers and I need to talk.
What do you know, Robo? She got the shiny glasses. It's not good.
Hypnotized by the TV.
No evil anime glasses. Okay, it is Kevin McDonald as Edgar Wrong.
Next episode starting.
3, 2, 1, go!
Oh, yes. That's what I'm talking about.
What?
It's a real anime now. Who's this?
I don't know.
みっともない走り方してカバがぶつかってきたかと思った。
Oh! Ouch!
人を引く前に気をつけろよ。
Just watch one of the animes that inspired this.
Or like the studio's traditional style, maybe.
Goose. I'm looking for Graves. Gideon. Who the hell is Goose?
You've reached the adult formerly known as Gideon Graves. It's the Goose now. Gordon Goose.
My name isn't Lucas, actually. It's Luke.
Well, here's how I see it, Goose. I've lost everything. You've lost everything. I thought maybe you'd have some words of advice.
Aww.
I know I left you in the lurch after Matthew, but if you could find it in your heart to forgive me,
Forgiveness is what you want?
Oh.
He wants revenge.
I have something entirely different in mind.
Uh-oh. Looks so much like Billy Butcher and the Punisher. Hey, 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 hey. Aw. Whoa. Don't get it twisted. It's almost as if letting go of Ramona Flowers has worked wonders for everyone.
But I do keep questioning, if I hadn't seen the movie, would I care to find Scott?
I mean, that's another good question. If this was your first introduction to all of them, you wouldn't really be any the wiser.
Would I be, yeah.
Yeah.
Would I care about the motivation, you know?
Indoor half pipe. Let's go. Oh, yeah, I was going to say, that's not how you drop in.
Is that an anime we don't actually know about?
It could be.
I was gone for 90 fucking minutes. And what's with the robot?
What robot?
Hey. That ain't no Roomba.
Oh,
Ooh. Got
the die.
The last one didn't have the die.
It's because it was a documentary episode.
They weren't there for this.
Is this just to distinguish the episodes?
You know, it's her changing moods and her growth through color.
Who did it?
Ryan Johnson episode.
Julie, I'll make this brief.
Is that the sound of skates I hear? Tell Ramona to come in here and kick it.
So it's you and Gideon now.
No, that's Gordon. Gordon Goose.
Be back in a bit, baby.
Okay, bye. I'll miss you.
I'll miss you fucking more.
I think the big end game was to get him back.
Aubrey Plaza, diabolical.
Bread makes you fall. Too obvious.
Bread makes you full.
And how did you get the CEO of G-Man Media to bankroll your project?
Mr. Patel had the capital, but he was also an aspiring Broadway theater obsessive. I read an interview with him in Forbes.
Yes, Knives.
An off-Broadway musical. And who better to play the lead than you?
But not a lot of people know this, but I majored in theater in college.
It shows.
Briefly starred in my own one-man show.
Let's see it. Yes.
Agony, misery, whoa, though it's different for each.
Wow, whoever got this on video got some really great angles.
Wow, impressive. You think he's got the chops, Steven?
Say yes.
I've made my decision. Scott Pilgrim's precious little musical is a go project.
I gotta go picture.
Hope you know how much we value your opinion, pal. We're adapting your work, after all.
Oh, I don't care about the movie shutting down. It didn't mean anything to me. I
Young
miss having
Neil.
my own golf cart.
Young Neil.
I don't even remember riding it. I dreamed I saw my sleep paralysis demon at my computer, and I woke up the next day, and there it was.
Who is the demon?
We have to tell Ramona about this. She's the one who's been searching for Scott this whole time.
Really?
You two moved on with your lives.
When we saw Ramona on the movie set, you were as cool as a cucumber.
That was business.
Oh.
Emotional business.
Oh no.
Emotional business.
Can I get a witness?
Stop. When I was in high school in North Bay, Ontario, Gordon Goose was the weirdest kid in my year. His glasses were too big for his face, his clothes fit funny, even his hair looked wrong.
Still got the same shirt.
Yep.
He wore those No Fear t-shirts every day. One day out of nowhere, he presents the most popular girl in school with a 12-point business plan as to why she should date him.
Yeah.
I have no fear of the sting of rejection. Therefore, there's no downside to me attempting this.
Damn, that's some pretty moving facts and figures. Oh no.
No.
I had no idea Gideon Graves was the dorky kid from my past until he turned up on my doorstep.
They made him into a cool guy that day.
Gordon was a twitchy, rage-filled, impulsive, emotionally abusive, controlling, manipulative egomaniac.
Hey, man. He was rich.
Yes.
When Gordon showed up, he was power hungry. He wanted revenge. He would have done anything to get his empire back. But after a few days, it's like the evil drained out. Now he just sits on the couch watching anime all day.
Maybe none of the other exes were in on it. Maybe it was all G-Man. Or maybe the two of you were in on it together.
Yeah.
He's just a loser. Trust me. You can take him, or us, off your list.
The twins.
Hey, so his real name is Gordon Goose.
Oh, no.
God damn it.
Stacey, were you eavesdropping?
You shouldn't be here on your day off. Aw, Scoot on out of here.
I was gone for 90 fucking minutes.
Oh, nice little time loop. Yeah.
I said earlier that morning.
Yeah. I just got so caught up in it, I forgot.
Where have I seen that robot?
She seems pissed. Does this mean I can't live here?
Live here?
Oh no.
I don't care which one of you did it. You're both gonna pay.
Julie Powers versus Lucas Lee and Gordon Goose.
Stop! This is stupid.
What?
Find your own place.
I'm flat broke. I can't even afford a first-class flight back to L.A. And the only work I can get is voicing an animated series. Lucas Lee is live action or nothing.
How do you lose everything?
I don't know.
That robot, where have I seen it before?
You know who made him, right? That's their special little guy right there. The twins.
There you go. Oh, Metal Gear.
No, good catch.
It did say he was like canceled after that, so maybe they really meant it.
Lost everything.
Yeah.
My man.
Oh, you son of a bitch.
Show really captures the sadness to the league.
What if I said that while it seemed like I wasn't doing anything and was throwing a pity party, I was actually planning an elaborate plan. A plan that would turn Matthew Patel into dust.
I'd say
Yeah, hot.
that's hot.
Yeah.
Oh boy, oh boy.
What are you all doing here?
We have information about your case. Your Scott case.
What if I told you I cracked the case wide open? Would any of you want to hear what I figured out?
Let's compare info.
Now she's buddies with him.
Everybody wants their Scott back.
I've been trying to figure out who did it, why they did it, and how they did it. And now I know all three.
Dum bum bum.
Let's start with the who.
Yes.
By now, most of you know about my past. I've dated a lot of people who were suspect.
That's a similar word to suspects.
Wow!
The twins, Ken and Kyle Katayanagi. They were my TAs in Robotics 101.
Excellent.
And that leads to the why.
Oh.
They have the motivation.
Okay.
It was my second semester of college. I didn't know what I was doing. I was a kid. But to the twins, I was fresh meat.
Ew.
They were a couple of players, and they wouldn't leave me alone.
It's also just how creepy dudes can be baked into the show.
So maybe I got a little bit of satisfaction when they figured out I was playing them right back. I was dating both of them at the same time.
Diabolique.
The How is a vegan portal, but this portal far exceeded the power level of my only vegan ex. What's more powerful than a human vegan?
2 human vegans?
A robot vegan.
Yes, of course.
A robot that's never eaten meat. A vegan without the inherent flaws of humanity. Created by the twins.
Dang.
So every robot can create a vegan portal.
It was at the Rocket, before Sex Bomb went on stage.
Oh, it was on the videotape.
Ooh.
I like how the flashbacks on the videotape are
Yeah.
how they were on the show.
Yeah.
It's not even like from the perspective of the security camera.
Yeah.
Where? Where is he?
We'll know soon enough. When I find the twins, I find Scott.
Boom.
Young Neil didn't write that script.
He didn't write Scott Pilgrim's precious little life.
Oh, no.
We didn't figure out the who, the why, or the how, but we did figure out the when. According to the file data, that script was written 14 years from now.
Whoa. What? Scott write the script in the future on a different timeline?
You might be right. Yeah.
Scott.
Hey.
Scott? Where have you been? Was it the twins? Are you okay?
I'm okay. And yes, it was the twins.
Okay.
Someone else was behind the whole thing.
Who?
Me?
It was me.
What?
I did it.
Scott, how could you?
Shoo.
Dang.
Scott's a horrible person.
Yeah, fuck Scott Pilgrim.
All right. All right. Dang. You know, the clothes these guys wear in the show are so fly.
Yeah.
Don't you think so, John?
They're some of the flyest, but I think I might have seen flyer clothes maybe once or twice in my life.
I would like to buy their clothes. Sometimes I like to buy other YouTubers' clothes.
Yeah.
Like Double Toasted. You know, I think it's important to support YouTube channels that you watch by buying their merch.
I think it's important as well.
Just like how John's wearing the
hey.
Real Rejects merch right here. Who influences the influencers?
I like this channel called The Real Rejects, and I wanted to support, so I got
That's
this
a
t-shirt.
real sweet gesture of you to do.
Yeah, I need a little time, man.
Real Rejects has shirts that, hey, could be good Christmas presents as well.
They're the best Christmas presents.
Like they got this Child Protection Services one.
Ooh, look at that.
Pedro and
Baby
Yoda.
Grogu.
And then you also got Space Babies of the Galaxy right here.
Love those babies.
We also have the soda shirts.
The soda and the snips.
And then we got there's a whole bunch of that's a bunch of shirts here.
Dude.
There's so many. And I hear there's a new one, a Christmas one that's being worked on. It's a kind of a weird one, but it's a Christmas one. Yeah.
Wow. Dang, you got the inside track on this stuff.
I do.
It's crazy.
It's important for me to have
Start
the
leaking the
information.
designs. Get a hype going out there early.
So guys, yeah, I mean, if you want to just go to like www.rejectnationshop.com and then either gift yourself or gift someone this holiday season while also showing your support for Real Rejects, it's a great way to go about it. John, what do you think of these episodes?
Oh, goodness. I mean, I wish we could keep talking about shoprejectnation.com, but I guess we'll talk about the show. It was good. Rejectnationshop.com. That shop, boy, it melts brains. I've seen some of these other intros, people being like, what is the shop name? And usually I'm like, it's not that hard, but here we are. So anyhow, rejectnationshop.com. I like these episodes quite a bit. It's you mentioned at one point that they're really good at zeroing in on the melancholy with the exes, but I think overall they're kind of good at zeroing in on this sort of peripheral melancholy that everyone is experiencing to some degree. And so, yeah, I just continue to be sort of drawn in and fascinated by the atmosphere they have here, because there is like, I don't know, it just everything kind of matches the setting. You know, you're in kind of a colder environment anyway. There is a sort of cold that all the characters are working through. But yeah, I don't know. There's also like kind of a nice warmth of camaraderie in here. And this was quite tumultuous. And it makes sense, I guess, that at episode 6 we would at least have like the main mystery wrapped. But yeah, I mean, I've loved, the first episode we watched with Todd Ingram was just so kind of wild. And then the Who Did It episode was more kind of like focusing in and really getting to the meat of things. So I think I had a bit more like outright fun with the first episode we watched today. But I'm enjoying just the grace with which all of this is unfolding, really.
Yeah. I really liked the documentary one a lot. I thought the way they messed around with their camera angles on that one, just the energy, the vibe of that one, the pacing of it was really to my liking. And just the amount of meta commentary that they were doing on top of all that as well. And then anything playing on like filmmaker mockumentary sensibilities is something that's just going to tickle my fancy. But even messing with the relationship with Todd and Envy Adams was a really fun thing to dish out. You know, like one of the jokes in the movie of the Scott Pilgrim movie with Wallace was like the amount of action this guy can get. And so to see him like manipulate Todd and get him fall in love with him and how it's like becoming this destructive part on set in their relationship was a really joyous experience.
Yeah.
And then it even led to a really cool fight scene with Ramona Flowers, I thought. You know, I feel like they're not really going to be doing much with Envy. It seems like she's the one who's not really, I mean, she's not one of Ramona's exes, and this is way more Ramona show right now than it is Scott's show.
Scott will punch her by the end of the series. We'll do that.
Let's hope so.
Yes.
So we have that to deal with. And yeah, the follow-up episode was still very enjoyable. It was just such a high from the mockumentary one.
Yeah.
Because I even liked when you start off with the rock concert and just like the amount of jokes that they were making. Like, I thought it was just a really funny, fun, expressive episode. And then the follow-up one, I don't know, the Julie character is like, she's enjoyable to me. Gideon he's enjoyable to me. I don't quite love watching them. They're, like I said, they're enjoyable, but they're they're kind of on the bottom of the list for me.
Yeah, in a way, I feel like the impact of Aubrey Plaza maybe hits a little harder in the live action because she is able to like really bring her. There's so much in her expressions and her deadpanness, yeah. And like I like what she does here. I like the work here, and I enjoy the animation of the character and all that stuff. But yeah, like I feel like she in this medium isn't transposed in as much of a way to like not still feel like you're dealing with like a bit. I don't know, like in the movie, she's a kind of a bit character, but like when you're focused in on her, there's still like a gravity that she's the center of the moments she's in. Whereas this feels like she's more of just like a regular supporting character who swears a lot.
Yeah, and I like Goose's backstory in the high school. That was a really telling flashback that it made me care more about him, and it made me find his character significantly more interesting.
I liked him and Lucas Lee together.
Yeah, that bond is nice.
Most, of his storyline.
The part of the show that's semi missing for me, because we're 6 episodes in, and I do think this part is kind of missing for me, is that
Pilgrim?
Is I mean, not even that. Is that we have, and I like the ending mystery note. There are a bit of that like wonder, Stranger Things vibes to the mystery unfolding, and like there's no rules to this world. Which I enjoy. Everything nowadays is always like, what's the rules? What's the rules? So it's kind of refreshing to watch something that just embraces, we don't have rules here. Yeah.
Or if we do, the logic only makes sense to like somebody, per episode to someone behind the camera, and they're not going to tell you what those rules are.
Yeah.
Which gives it an anarchic kind of fun spirit that way.
Yeah. So I enjoy that about this show. But we've spent so much time getting to know other people, and I kind of just feel like our main character is Ramona, and if you're going to make that choice, I want to get to know Ramona better. Like we kind of get to know the characters that she's talking to, like the exes we get to know, each one of the exes we get to know better, and then even like hearing about the flashbacks.
Yeah,
and maybe we'll get that in the last couple of episodes, or maybe the last episode. Yeah, I don't know. So that is one part of it that I'm like, I do wish that like, a little bit per episode we did get to know her a little bit better. Like, sure, we've seen her in the high school and their stories of falling in love with people, and okay, she's got a fighting background, I guess, and she was a little bit conniving as a sophomore in college, sure, but like it works. The structure of keeping Ramona a mystery makes so much more sense when the whole point is you're watching it from Scott's perspective.
Yeah.
And he's uncovering the X's, and then it makes the X's more mysterious, and it makes the game afoot a lot more fun. But if you're making Ramona the main character, you got to do something to make her a little more interesting.
Yeah, we got to get a bit more personal with her, because it's like all these...
Because she's such a dry personality, too.
Yeah, and she's such a motivating factor for so many characters, and like I like her presence in the moment, certainly like her in the moment presence, but yeah, I would agree. Like getting... feeling like these episodes have each brought us a bit more of an emotional context for Ramona, or brought us closer to her in some way. I still feel about as close or distant as we were kind of from the beginning,
from the first episode.
And that first episode when they're when she and Scott are having those intimate moments together, those are some of the most tender you get with her. And I like that each episode they take the time to repeat that ritual of her dyeing her hair to suit her, new moods and pursuits and whatever. It's not the same as spending some additional emotional time with the character beyond the physical motif.
And I know part of the humor of and the sensibility of the Scott Pilgrim world show and movie is there's no real in between from apathy to extremity.
Yes.
And so she falls on, like, everyone from Scott's friends other than Knives Chau, everyone, Scott, like, okay, you got like young Neil, like super apathetic. And then you have Knives Chau, like very extreme.
Yeah.
And then the drummer, very apathetic.
Yeah, totally.
So every character.
Steven Stills is very emotional, yeah.
Every character is from either apathetic or extreme, right?
Yeah.
And Ramona would fall under the apathetic category.
Sure.
So when this is like a motivating, driving force for her for some unbeknownst reason, even to herself, that she doesn't quite understand, it loses some of that drive. So when you get a slower episode like episode 6, it does show that it's a slower episode in a way that I don't entirely find complimentary.
Sure. It makes me wonder if, because for the most,
5, I would sing its praises like all day. You know, I thought everyone was great, Ramona included. You know, everyone's great, but that's a real ensemble thing. Whereas the 6 slows down a lot to focus on 2 very apathetic characters.
100%.
Yeah, and then the Gideon backstory was the most interesting part of it.
Yeah. It makes me wonder if that will be an earmark of the binge, because thus far I have felt like most of these stand pretty, I mean, you know, they're compact, so you want to watch a bunch of them, but they stand pretty solidly on their own. I wonder if that thread may be one that stands more in totality. Like,
sure,
you know, I certainly hope and would expect that the next 2 episodes hold some physical and emotional catharses and you know, developments for Ramona, and so maybe in hindsight those will all register. But I, you know, in the here and now, I can't deny that, you know, aspect of it.
Yeah,
and then that rests more on the actual whodunit, which, you know, isn't like, which is the mystery, but it's not like an impossible mystery, at least right now, because, you know, especially when we get to the end of the episode, and it's like, well, you kind of narrowed it all down, and those are the logical kind of conclusions.
Now the question is why Scott did all this.
Yeah. So, you know, I think this episode certainly kind of leaves you, especially if you're going to take a minute's break, with a couple things that are maybe a little more questionable than just, you know, appreciation. As a lot of the episodes leave me just like appreciating various things, and then this one, leaves me more contemplating and curious about, again, what's going to be ahead rather than just what's here right now. You know?
Yeah, because I think the first one of the most appealing parts about the first episode to me was how its heart and soul and its melancholy really sang high, and I think whenever that's sprinkled in with the comedy, that's when it's working at its strongest. The show. Is when there is a genuine sense of emotionality. And it's not like I didn't like the 6th episode. I just thought it was on the weaker side of a very strong show.
Still plenty of strengths in the episode, but just not the one I would identify as the strongest.
But when you're like getting close to the end and it is your whodunit, it is your big like who did it episode, I felt like it should have had a bit more of an impact.
I'm curious because again, as we've often touched on, like I out of 8 episodes, I'm curious about the placement of it as number 6 for certain of the functions of this, because we do have 2 more, and oftentimes I associate like a second to last episode with like, okay, here's some emotional and, you know, any kind of big physical resolutions, and then next episode we're gonna kind of pay off all of the themes and then set up for the future. So this is I wonder, you know, if there's not another big subversion or some other kind of shoe to drop or surprise to come, and maybe they're luring us into like a false sense of like, okay, well, we know most of what happened and now we just got to wrap it all up, you know, maybe there's something else here.
We'll see, guys. What did you think about the episode? Leave your thoughts down below. Be sure to subscribe, leave a like. And hey, let's end this with a Patron of the Day shout out.
Gabriel, we're thankful for you today.
You're getting a solo shout out, one of the rare ones this month.
I know.
As there's time.
You better be thankful, Gabriel, for this. I assume you're in these United States. Even though you're no angel, you are a benevolent, kind person who has been here supporting us
for far too long.
Especially when we, you know, made all those tacky Angel Gabriel jokes that I now regret and will never, ever reference.
We were hoping we could pressure you.
We were hoping we could, but, you know, you didn't need pressured. You stuck around.
We don't follow religion, but we thought it would be funny if we can convert you.
Yeah, exactly. We care about your soul here at the Patreon. We want you to be with us during the rapture as we ascend in God's cupped hands, you know, to Valhalla. And we don't want you to slip through, like, you know, the waters of tyranny and idle handedness, Gabriel. We want you to be exalted at our side, blessed by the host of the heavenly, you know, promise that Jesus has left for us.
This is our way of saying thank you.
Thank you, Gabriel.
On this Thanksgiving month.
Yes. If you open your Bible to any of the Gospels, Jesus had a dinner with his friends. You could pretend like you're having...
Worst thing you could have done, Gabriel, is after us making a bunch of jokes about angel shit, is then come back and tell us you're an atheist. Because then we're just going to double down.
Yep. These are going to be the most pious.
By now, you should have known that that's probably the direction we would have gone.
Next month's shout out, we're just going to say the rosary for like 40 straight, the whole thing, you know. How many Hail Marys can we get through?
We're going to live stream a mass.
Yes. You know, we're going to rent the local church out. We're going to invite people, and it's all going to be in your honor, you know. Yeah. So I hope you appreciate it. I hope you too. If you don't tune in live, it's going to be really embarrassing, man.
But in all seriousness, thank you for being here for so long. It's been a very long time you've been here, man.
Yeah.
And thank you for not wavering.
Yeah, we love you.
And I hope to keep you around. Definitely. For sure, definitely, if you go to heaven with us. So thank you for being you, and looking forward to coming up with something non-religious next month for you.
Lift up your hearts.
We'll deliver you from evil, Gabriel.